Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. If you don't know me, I am Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis, and I will be giving the talk today on visioning. Actually, we do visioning once a quarter and at the end of each quarter. So this is the last Sunday of the quarter, so we are going to be doing visioning today. Let's see. Supporting me on the pulpit today is the wise and powerful Oz. He's going to be doing all of our praying in, and that's not working. That's funny. I'm trying to move somebody over. Anyway, and then supporting us in song is going to be Albertina Giuffre, better known as Tina. She's been the soloist in our church since like 2000. So we are really excited to have you here with us today. There's 1,000 places you could be on a Sunday morning. Well, maybe not be, but do. And we're blessed to have you here with us. So let's get started here. I want to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
The presence of God, right here, right now, always present, ever present through all space and time, that one being that lives through all things and lives through us, in us as us. And this great being has the big picture for each of us. And we can ascertain that. We can open ourselves to this greater vision that God has in mind for us, for the world. I know this is a blessing, and I accept the challenge as we move forward into the future, into the great right now. I give thanks for being part of this, and I let it be so, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. I forgot to say, if you would like to do watch parties, there is a button on the Facebook Live that you can press, and it'll allow you to watch it with your friends and be able to comment back and forth with your friends. If you are here, please say hello or hi so we know that you're here. Hi, Shauna. Because it helps me know that I have an audience. I really like knowing that. So let's see. If you know the words to this song, this next song, please sing along loud and proud, because when we open our heart with music, it opens our mind, and we want to get you prepared. So here we go.
We are all one. We are open to what I have seen, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one, we are all one, we are all one in it. Yes, we are all one, we are all one, we are all one in it.
Surely we are all one. I love that song. That is a song by Fairy Elaine Silver. We just adore her. So if you're here, like I said, please say hi or hello or good morning. We've had a few people do that. If you like what you're hearing, either from me or through the songs, or you love, or well, if you like it, do a thumbs up. If you love it, send us love. We love those little hearts. And if something really inspires you or really knocks your socks off, you want to do the wow button. We like that wow button. All right, so here to sing our first song for this morning is Miss Tina.
There's been a storm brewing inside of me, clouds moving on my heart. Something's changing and I can't see. I'm stuck in what I'm gonna say, not in where I'm supposed to be. I feel the call for something more. I feel the call for something I've never done before. I feel the call for something more. I feel the call that's asking, what am I here for? 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 They say that pain pushes till the vision pulls. I feel like my safety nets have fallen down. I wish I had a map of where to go. If I just feel it in my soul, when I get there I will know. I feel the call for something more. I feel the call for something I've never done before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 wanna make a move right now, though I don't know when or how. But when I trust, I know the truth, my heart will point the way. There's more of me to share, so today I do declare I will take that step in faith and let my light shine. Oh, 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 for something more. I feel the call of something I've never seen before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call to be something I've never been before. I feel the call of something more. And I feel the call, and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 Hey. All about love, it's all about love. Give it, receive it, give love, sweet love. Just love, just love. What am I here for? Just love. What am I here for? Just love.
Thank you, Tina. That was a song from Karen Drucker, who has been a music director in 3 of our churches in Centers for Spiritual Living. So she wrote that song, I think, specifically for visioning. Thank you, Tina. That was wonderful. So let me say just a little bit about visioning before we get started, because I see that we have 6 people, but I can't see who they are, so I don't know if you're new or not. So I want to say a little bit about visioning before we get started. Dr. Michael Beckwith, who you may have heard of from the Agape Center of Spiritual Truth, I think is the name of International Truth, I think it is. Anyway, he came up with this process, refined it, I should say. Visioning's been out there a long time, but he refined it down to kind of a science. And so we use it in Centers for Spiritual Living. That's one of the tools in our toolkit. And he starts out with the premise of most of us are raised with the idea that everything is done to us. In other words, we don't have any power over anything. God does things to us. The devil does things to us. Life does things to us. People do things to us. And when you think about it in those terms, you really start to feel how powerless that feels. And so because we were raised with that, we have to move to the next level. There's no judgment about where you are. That's just where you are. But we move to the next level when we understand that there are spiritual laws in the universe that we can use. And the first stage is like the victim stage. The second stage is more of a manipulation stage, and not in a negative way. We all have to learn to manipulate the spiritual laws to a certain extent. When you hear things like the law of attraction, you hear, here's how you use the law of attraction. When you hear that, you're in that second stage. That's what people are talking about. They're talking about the manipulation of the spiritual laws like gravity. There are spiritual laws that govern the universe. And so we have to go through that stage. We really do. We have to move from the victim stage to the manipulation stage because we feel like we've got power finally for the first time in our lives. And, when I teach my students who come into religious science first off, I teach them to treat for a parking space. And most people will say, oh, that's unholy. You can't use God for that. But the reality of it is that in order to fully get what's going on with that, you have to practice. And in order to prove it to yourself, you have to practice. And in order for you to really get the power of it, you have to practice. So my thinking is, let's work on something like a parking space that we don't have an emotional attachment to. It's just something that we can do right now, here and now, and it's easy. And to this day, I still do it. I'll pull into a parking spot or a parking lot, and I'll say, okay, God, I do know that there is a perfect parking spot there with my name on it that is going to be close to the door, that blah, 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 and, I'm pretty good at manifesting parking spots. And I don't think that that's an illegal use of God, or I don't think that's a negative use of God. I think the more we practice that kind of thing, the more we recognize the power of God in everyday things. And so that's the first two stages. The third stage is through us. And that's where we recognize that God can't do anything for us unless it does it through us. And so we get to a point where we understand that love comes through us, that life lives through us, that God's wisdom comes through us. And when we get to that space where we're really acknowledging that we don't do anything to it and it doesn't do anything to us, it just works through us, then we've gotten to another level of spiritual power. Then the final one, which I don't know anybody here on this earth that's actually mastered this one, is as us. God in us, as us, is us. And that is the stage where there is really no separation at all. We just live our lives as God. We live our lives as prosperity. We live our lives as health. We live our lives as love, because God in us, as us, is us, if that makes any sense. We are not all of God. I like to think of it as watermarks on a page. The watermark doesn't do anything to the fiber of the page, just like we don't do anything to the watermark or to the flow of God through us. And there's a bunch of us on the page that are watermarks, and God is just flowing through us. And when we are absolutely certain that we can know that God as us is doing what we do as human doings, when we've reached that point, even if it's temporarily, then we really have the power of God within us. And that's really where we want to get to. So when we do visioning, what we're doing, and please understand that we don't believe in a God out there. We believe God in here. So when I say, what is God's vision for my life? I'm saying, what is the Godness in me that knows a bigger picture than I do? I'm sorry, I have a beeping going on. Oh, okay. It seems like it's okay. The God in us knows a larger picture than our human doingness can see. In my human doingness, I might have a picture of what I want my life to look like. And in fact, that's the definition of visualization instead of visioning. In visualization, I have a goal in mind and I have a picture of what I want to see or feel or hear. And so I target all of my intent towards that one thing. In visioning, I am sitting in the quiet and allowing the God within me to speak through and tell me what is the highest and best for me to be doing in my human doingness. Okay, so really the difference between visualization is having a goal in mind and focusing your attention on it till it manifests. Visioning is when we are receptive to that power within us and the message that it has for us. Now, another thing that I want to clarify is how you get your information, because everybody has a different gift order. And you'll notice what you get in either pictures or sounds, or you'll get a feeling, or you will just know things, okay? The 4 gift orders are kinesthetic, audient, intuitive, and visual. And none of them are good or bad. They just are, When I walk into a room, I get a feeling in the pit of my stomach about what's going on in the room. I may not always know right away what it is. I have to take time to interpret it later. But it is the way that I receive that information to begin with. And my first is kinesthetic, my second is visual, my third is intuitive, and my fourth is audient. I don't learn very well by sound. Now, Faith, on the other hand, my assistant, learns better by audience than anything else. And so if she's listening to something, she gets it faster. And so probably envisioning, I don't know, let's ask her actually, since I know what yours is. When you do visioning, how do you get that information? I can't hear you, babe.
Have to unmute the mic. Oops. Normally when I'm envisioning, it's either a gut feeling or I'll do images. I
Okay.
normally don't hear when I'm envisioning. As a physical learner, if somebody wants me to like read a book and understand it, I have to listen to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm kind of all
All
over the board.
That brings clarity, though, because it is important that people know what their physical learning style is versus their visioning style. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So what's that saying is it doesn't really matter how you get your information. Like I said, I get a feeling. Some people see wonderful pictures. I always envy people who get these wonderful pictures. We used to do visioning inside the church, and we were doing it once a month, and people would get these beautiful visions of what the church was going to look like in our new facility and all that. And I'd be like, oh, that's great. Because I don't get that. I get the feeling of what it's going to be like, but I don't get those beautiful pictures. And then other people would get these sounds of what it was like with a sanctuary full of people. And I'd be like, oh, that's so nice. I don't get that. But however you get that information is your way. So I don't want you to judge yourself if you're not getting beautiful pictures, or if you're not getting a feeling, or if you're not getting sounds, or, it's all in what is, how that information gets through to you. And the last thing I want to say is we're going to be asking 3 questions. What is God's vision for my life? What must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? And why that's important is we cannot have that which we have not become. And so it's really important that second step, that we recognize that there's a spiritual principle that we must become in order to manifest God's vision through us. I also want to say that you're going to pick what you want to vision for today. So it could be in the area of health. It could be in the area of prosperity. It could be in the area of love. Whichever one you want to work on today is fine, but so I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and kind of get comfortable and just figure out which thing you would like to work on. And it can be very specific, because I'm going to do generality, but it can be very specific. Something that you would like to get some answers from the God within you about. And I'll give you just a minute here to get really, really clear on what it is you would like to do your visioning for. Okay. You can open your eyes now. And now that you've got that very clear in your mind, if you've got a pen and paper there, write it down. And so as we get into the visioning, you're going to work on that. You're going to ask your questions specifically for that. Like, what is God's vision for my life with prosperity? What is God's vision for my life with this car I want to buy? What is God's vision for my life with my perfect love coming into my life? What is God's vision for my life in perfect health? In my case, I have Hashimoto. So, for instance, I might say, what is God's vision for me being in remission? And then we're going to ask, what must I become in order for that vision to manifest through me? And then what must I release in order to become that? And that's a really important thing too, because what keeps us from becoming is stuff that we're socking into ourselves. Maybe it's forgiveness of a person or an incident. Maybe it's control. A lot of us, need to release control in order to become that spiritual principle that can manifest that vision. A lot of those kinds of things we're going to need to release. And let me tell you also that you are at choice. We have free will. So you are at choice whether you say yes or no to a vision. I will tell you, it doesn't work very well for me to say no. Every time I've said no, I've had, every decision you make has consequences. And so I'm a bath person. I love taking baths. I will take showers if I need to, but I really like taking baths. And so I always like to use this story as an example of what happens when you say no to the vision you're asking for. Because remember, you're asking for this. So, but anyway, I was in between churches, and a minister without a church is a very scary thing. We need to do something. We have to have a project. So I turned my house into a project, and I redid all kinds of stuff in my house. And one of the things I redid was my bathroom. And this guy comes, and he's got everything almost done except for my bathtub. And he says, yeah, I'm not going to be able to finish today. I'll get back on Monday. And I said, okay, thinking, I can do one weekend without a bathtub. And then I was doing visioning, and I kept saying, what is God's vision for my life now? What is God's vision for my life now? And it kept coming back, open another church. And I was like, hell no. Excuse my French. It is a biblical term. And so I would sit there and go, what is God's vision for my life? Open a church. No. And so he called me one day and he says, I'm not going to be able to come Monday after all. I'm going to come the following Monday. I said, okay, a week and a half without a bath. Okay, I can probably do that. Because that's where I sit in meditation and prayer. That's where I calm down. That's where I prepare myself for sleep. The bath is a very, very special place for me. I light my candles, I turn off my lights, and I just let the day just soak away. So anyway, and I continued to do visioning, and I continued to open a church, and I kept saying no. And to make a very long story short, it was 4 months before I got my bathroom back. And in that process, it was really interesting because I kept saying no, I kept saying no, I kept saying no. And one day I finally said, okay, fine. I will open a church. Fine. I'll do it. 10 minutes later, he called and he said, I will be there tomorrow morning. And he fixed my bathtub. And so that's a perfect example of what kind of happens if you say no, because you are asking for this vision. It's not like somebody's imposing this vision on you. Okay. You are asking for it. So be prepared. So yes, you can say no, but it's better if you say yes. Somebody said, wow, I love it. All right. So right now I'd like you to just close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And let's sort of move into a space of awareness of God. Right now, just focus your attention on your heartbeat. Let yourself hear it, feel it. And notice that all around you is nature. And nature is beating its heart with you. Notice that the rhythm of your heartbeat matches the rhythm of nature. And I'd like you to imagine that there is this big bubble around you, this energetic light that is surrounding you. Just allow yourself to feel how that heartbeat that is beating in your heart vibrates in this light bubble. Allow yourself to just merge into that bubble until there is no you and bubble. There's only this bubble with you inside of it as one. We're going to take a deep breath now and let it go. And as we do so, I want you to imagine that this light ball has grown larger. It encompasses your house and all the critters in it, including people. And this throbbing, this pulsing of this light bubble pulses with your heartbeat and the heartbeats of everyone in your house. It's all in sync. And at first you may notice that there are other people in your house or other animals in your house. But then everything merges together as one until there is no me and someone else. There is no me and my house. There's only that one light bubble. So this big ball of light now expands with every breath we take, reaching further and further until it encompasses the entire neighborhood. All the houses, all the people, all the animals, all the trees, all the flowers, for all is one. And we recognize that same pulsating energy still is in sync with our heartbeat, as the other beings are joined together in this heartbeat, for we are one. And I know that it expands again to our city, including all of the places and all of the people and all of the animals and all the trees and all the vegetation. For we are all one, throbbing and pulsating together, heartbeat beating into the universe. We expand this circle one more time to encompass our state. And we start to recognize that there are no boundaries of cities any longer. That there's only one heartbeat that beats throughout. One state, one being. We take another deep breath. And as we release it, it expands one more time to encompass the United States. We notice there are no boundaries now between states. There is only the one, only God, only being. This light ball pulsating and strumming to the earth's heartbeat. We expand our awareness one more time so that this bubble, this light ball, now encompasses the earth and all of its inhabitants. And as we recognize the heartbeat that it pulses with, we recognize there is only one power, one presence, one love, one heartbeat. We expand it one more time now to encompass the entire universe. All the moons, all the stars, the suns, all of it is one. And from our vantage point, we recognize that there is this beautiful pulsating light beam emanating from this universe into our hearts. We offer this light to all who need it right now, to take what is necessary for the healing of this planet. We offer this healing balm to any heart that is feeling the need for healing, whether that be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. And we now travel down that beam ourselves, back into our hearts, knowing that we can return to this universe of light anytime we want. We move back into our own personal spiritual space as we open ourselves to the information we are about to receive. In this place of love where we stand, I ask myself, or I ask God this very question: what is God's vision for my life right now? Again, that could be prosperity or something specific. It could be health. It could be love. What is God's vision for my life right now in this area? Just allow whatever could come, whether that's a feeling or a knowingness or a picture or a sound, words, phrases. It doesn't matter. Don't judge it, just let it be. What is God's vision for my life in this area? Just be in that awareness. And now, keeping that vision in mind, we ask, what must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? For instance, if God's vision for me is love, I must become love, because I cannot have that which I have not yet become. What spiritual principle must you become in order to be that vessel through which God's vision manifests? What must I become? What spiritual principle must I embody in order for that vision to work through me? Keeping this in mind, we move to the next question. What must I release in order to become that? Perhaps that's someone or something that I need to let go of so that I may become love. Maybe I need to forgive someone something. Maybe I need to release an idea that is other than the divine blueprint of perfection that our bodies were designed for. Perhaps it is a belief in poverty, a belief in dis-ease. Maybe it's a belief that I'm not worthy of love. What must I release in order to become that vessel through which God's vision can manifest through me? What must I release in order to become that? Peaches, stop. So in this moment, I give thanks for all of the information that we have received today. I claim it. I declare it in your name right now. I call it good and very, very good. I give thanks for it. And I just let it be. And so it is. My goodness. So if anyone would like to share any of that information, you can just type it in the comments there if you'd like to share it. You don't have to. Sometimes it solidifies if you do share it. And I will read them out loud if I see them. So keep that in mind in case you don't want to have it shared. But sometimes if you can write it down at the very least, speak it to yourself in the mirror. You know, this is the vision I had. Explain to yourself, because we used to get together and do this, in person, and we would discuss it. So go to the mirror and tell yourself what you got, whether it was a picture or a sound or just a thought or a feeling or whatever you got. Explain it to yourself if you're not willing to share here. Okay, so now is the time for us to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to be grateful for that which you have received already in physical form and that which you have manifested in God, in the mind of God, but you have not yet seen. I'd like to invite you to go to oasiscsl.org, and on that first page there, in the middle of the page is our offering affirmation with a Contribute Now button. And so I'm going to invite you to say it with me, whether you're watching now or you're watching later. Go to oasiscsl.org, go to the middle of the page, and say this offering affirmation with me. This perfect gift is spirit and form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give, and joyously I receive. And so it is. Here's Tina.
Changing that slogan. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all and all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide, and show me all that I must do. Oh, command my hands what they must do. Command my life, it's here for you. Oh, the God is the love that you all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God shine its light as you so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Ah, thank you, Tina. That is one of my favorite songs. I just love that. That was originally written by Ricky Byers Beckwith. Wonderful. All right. So let's do the announcements real quick. Our practitioner of the day is the Wise and Powerful Oz. He's available for what we call our 1 minute miracle. It's not a time for counseling, but it is a time where you can share with him what condition you are experiencing, and he will stop, drop, and pray with you right then and there. Let's see if he comes back. I'll put him on. Anyway, we have this wonderful team of licensed practitioners who are available by appointment for a fee for spiritual guidance. So the way we do this now is video chat. So if you're wanting to see him for your 1 minute miracle today, you're going to reach out to him via video chat. Faith has put Bob Oswald up. That's how you will find him. You can click on that and you should be able to find him. And if you set up an appointment for spiritual guidance, you will organize or somehow you'll figure out the fee, and then they will initiate a video chat with you at the appointed time. We have this wonderful team of licensed practitioners coast to coast that pray on these requests every day for a week. So if you would like prayer for something and you don't want to do the video chat, you just want us to pray every day for a week, please put that in the comment. If it's something that you did not want to share with the rest of the world, you can message one of us and we will put you on the prayer list. We have this group page that is limited only to our God Squad. That's what we call our licensed practitioners, and anyone who's on our prayer team is our God Squad. And so go ahead and type whatever you want prayer for in the comment field, or personal message one of us and let us know. If you would like to serve on our God Squad, you do not have to be a licensed practitioner of religious science. Put yes in the comment field and we will add you to that page. The only commitment you need to make is that you will pray every day on those for a week and that you will follow through on that. And then if you would like to be part of our larger community, on our online community, I should say, type more in the comment field and Faith will add you to that page, that group page that is open to the public. And so you'll be getting all kinds of announcements and that kind of stuff from that page. And let's see, Brooks and Bailey, let me grab that real quick. One of the things that we support is Brooks and Bailey. She does mandalas and bracelets. The benefits go to Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue. You can get a hold of her through brooksandbailey0307@gmail.com. I believe Faith has that already in the comments. So there's that. Elaine Silver, whose music we do, the We Are All One. We've been doing that since she came to our church, like 2001, I think. And we've been doing that song every week ever since, because we love that song and it's a perfect song. She is a religious science practitioner and she's written a lot of her lyrics based on the teachings. So it's always good to get her music. She cannot update her website for some reason, so you will have to reach out to her and find out what address you send the check to. And she will send you CDs, and she has a lot of really good CDs. Also, Karen Drucker, whose song we sang at the very beginning, a call to something more. She has music available. She gifted us with her entire collection, like 20 albums. We tithe to her, but we would also like you to go and buy her CDs, because I know you're going to love listening to them and singing along with them. And it supports her and it supports us, and we're all really happy for you to do that. And check out our website at oasiscsl.org. We have the current video sermons and past audio sermons on our website so that you can listen to us and get some messages during the week if you want. And also, our information for our practitioners is on there, so you can get to know our practitioners a little bit better. All right, we have another sing-along coming up here. And this one, if you know the words to the song, again, sing along, because it does help you to get in that heart space of being blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
You're muted. Oz, I think you're muted.
I think I was muted. I still know that God is right here, right now, rolling through me in my life, in me as me, and in everything I meet, in everyone I encounter. I recognize that presence of God, that blessing of God. And for that interaction and that blessing, I give great thanks, and I let it be so, and so it is.
And so it is. Okay, everybody. Thank you for another great Sunday. We love all of you for being here. We love the team. Thank you all for everything that you do. We really appreciate you. Tune in next week and every Sunday for the Sunday celebration. Stay safe, wear your masks, and bye until next week. We love you.